Yo, how we doing, everybody? It's Chase. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, ES, and I'm feeling a little rant at the end. Yeah, we got some things to discuss. There's some drama lately. We're going to get into all that. All right, so high time frame perspective, right? If you look at my tweet from today, I talked about, starting on a higher time frame, they're less prone to manipulation. That's where we're going to define our bias. Okay, so looking at Bitcoin, if you haven't seen this yet, I'll draw it out for you. These weekly gaps. Weekly gap, okay? Bounces. Weekly gap. Bounces, okay? If I could draw a box. Bounces, there you go. Weekly gap. Now, everyone was saying, oh, it's not going to fill, you're not getting this, you're not getting that. I mean, historically, we've been getting it, okay? So I'm not saying that I'm guaranteeing it's coming. I'm not short here. Still would maybe want to see this high ran. We'll see what happens. But point being is I am interested in buying here and continuing the trend upwards, right? So that's a high time frame bias, right? Getting that out of the way right off the bat. High time frame bias. We have these weekly gaps. We're looking to move upwards. We're looking to buy within the weekly gap. If you're bullish, you're typically buying within the upper half of the gap, and that's typically where price should mostly stay within. If you're bullish, the upper half of the gap. Nice thing is the upper half of the gap. If I could talk today, we'll see. The upper half of the gap lines up with the weekly SR level. Okay, if you go down to a daily, you can see it even better. But yeah, you have your resistance here, flips, looking to see it serve as support. Also, you have all this inefficient area in here and a little SR level in here. Okay, so I'm not necessarily saying we're going to 28.2. I think anywhere in the upper half of the gap is where I'm looking for a long position swing long towards 32.4 first. Now, if they take this first, right, a lot of people say, oh, what happens if they take this first? Well, if they take this first, I'll have to see what happens. Worst case scenario, right, what I probably do is I cut this risk in half, okay? So I still like the idea, but it's not as good as it once was, because what I would like is either, sweep this high and then come fill it and then go for the final high here, or if we're going to, or we could come right down into it right away, and then that leaves this high right here and this high right here. So both of those, for that, I would keep full risk. But if we sweep this first, then where's my target, right? I have a YouTube video called Targets Require, or Entries Require Targets. Go watch that video, Entries Require Targets, and also go watch the very last one as well. The very last one was really good, the Entries, Targets, and Invalidations video. Okay, so if it does come up to here, I think I have to cut my risk in here in half most likely, because my target from there becomes this inefficient move right here, all the way up to, 37.5, yeah, around here somewhere. So 37.4. So, that's a bit rich for me, so to say, at the moment. I don't really like looking that far ahead, but I'd be okay with half risking it, and if it does some crazy run, that's great. Okay, so that's basically the high time frame bias on Bitcoin here. We're looking for the move up. We have our levels marked, our key levels, our high time frame support, our high time frame resistances and swing levels that we're watching for, and basically we play off those. All right, take a sip. Now looking at Ethereum. Okay, how do we look at this? Well, high time frame, we're here on the daily. We can just start marking it out on the daily. I would say, you have all this consolidation in here, right? A lot of chop. What I'm looking at is the nearest local swing. So I see this as the swing high, and then we deviated above it, and now we're back below. Sorry for the dog. All right, so where were we? We're on the daily. Again, yeah, we take the nearest swing. Deviation above the nearest swing so far, 4 hour. We've yet to see, right? This could still come up, but I'm going to give you what I believe is a high confidence trade here. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking to see if Bitcoin can come run this swing, right? if Bitcoin runs this swing high here and ETH does not break this level in a significant fashion, it might come up to here, it might even come up to here, but if BTC runs the swing and we lose this level again, that's a short right there. Okay, that's what I'll be looking for. Play it to liquidity. Probably play it to the market structure break, which is here. I'll show you how to spot that. I do this all the time. It's in every video. Low. All right, so you're just going to look. You look at the lowest low. Here's an easy way to do it. Look at the lowest low, and then look at the previous lowest low. Okay, and then take the high. So low, high, lower low, the previous low's high. Okay, look at the lowest low, go back one low, take the high. There's your market structure break. Okay, so if we could find that short scenario, and I think we play that all the way down to the market structure break. I mean, it would be quite the move. I'm interested in it. We'll see how it plays out. Again, the key thing here is that I don't want to see ETH have a lot of strength. I want to see if Bitcoin makes the move. I don't want to see ETH at new highs. That doesn't really, new local highs here. That doesn't really do it for me. Even though, you do have a bit of an SR level here, but it's, it's a bit inefficient. I suppose if Bitcoin went and made new highs and then it went up into here and then it got back below, that could also be a play. We watch for something of that nature. So yeah, I think those are high confidence trade opportunities for Ethereum. In general, if we just zoom out on ETH, and where I've been looking to long for a while has been this market structure break level. This is really where I'm interested, around 1780. Why? I sort of see it. Like this. I've had it marked out like this for a while in different places at different times. A low and a high, or high and a low, deviation, swept the low, consolidated, moved up, deviation below. Tap the low, right? Tap the low, because this is a deviation. Tap the low, come up, and then expand into here. And that's how I'm looking to play that. I'm looking to long 1780s up until 2060 or so, all the way into the inefficient area. We go down to the 4-hour inefficiency all the way up to here, this area, fully inefficient, 2063. Okay? So, and that's what I talk about, when I'm talking about refining on like a daily time frame, or refining as you go down onto lower time frames. That's what we're talking about. Because otherwise you would have it here. And, it could reject here. People might be, front running or really just playing the daily. But as far as I see, the fully inefficient move goes to 2063. And the price action could potentially look like this. Or, like I said, today might be sort of that day of... where bears get overzealous and, all that. And maybe, it comes back up, tests this level again. This 4-hour level is somewhere right around in here by this swing, right? So this was the swing high we had. Come back up, test that, and then maybe we make that move, and then make that move to there. Okay, that is the plan. So we have short idea for ETH, we have long idea for ETH, we have long idea for BTC. I'm not huge on shorting BTC right now. I just think the trend is strong. This has been some weird consolidation. And I had a tweet about, not getting chopped up in this, and everyone was just trying to play for continuation all week long, bullish continuation, and all we did was chop. So even if, I originally wanted an entry at 1822. If I had originally got that, and then I moved it a little lower, but if I had originally got that, it got chopped up a lot. Like, you were in, then you were here, then you were SEC rejection, then you were here, like, just a lot of chops. So when it gets real choppy like this, I'm just mostly sticking to the high time frames, looking for my trades as they come. What I am typically doing in the downtime, I'm doing some either, some ES scalping. I can show you just a quick move today. I guess it's not even really a scalp. But there was a 4-hour support and resistance right off the bat when the market opened. I saw this. I let the market open, waited for about 30 minutes to see what it was looking like, right? Just quick hindsight, education, whatever you want to call it. And I just saw this huge candle. And I was like, okay, so this candle right off the bat, I'm not interested in anything but a high time frame resistance. So I looked at the 4-hour resistance here and then moved downwards and it tapped the 4-hour resistance. It came back inside of the hourly fair value gap if you were on an hourly, and my entries started to be in here below 44.88. I think I had like 44.87, and really reality was I should have just shorted the 4-hour support and resistance with a stop up here. My risk reward would have been so much better. I'm not sure. Maybe I thought, I think in the morning I was like, oh, maybe we're just going, all the way to up here, or, these liquidities up here. So a little skittish, I guess, but also some decent confirmation on the way back down, and started finding my shorts in here and just played it to liquidity. Simple as that. So support and resistance to liquidity, 4-hour support and resistance to liquidity. That's it. Okay, so let's talk. Let's make sure we're recording. We are. Okay. Yeah, let's talk. Let me just get this a clean look. There we go. So, big drama this week, right? I'm not even going to say any names. I don't think it's necessary. I think we all know. Sponsorship drama and things of that nature. So here's my take, right? And I'm sure some people are going to disagree with me. And these are going to be scattered thoughts, to be honest. I haven't ran through this or anything. But just to, speak openly. Here's how I see it. A lot of people are on here building brands, quote unquote, for years, right? You're building your brand, you're contributing mostly for free. I was contributing for free for so many years before the Prime XBT sponsorship. Shout out to Prime XBT. Sign up in the link at the bottom of the screen, right? And let me know if you sign up too. It's helpful. So I was contributing for so many years, and I was trading for years, and I was doing decently well. I was making money before I had any sponsorships or anything, and that's all good. So I think I just think that people get so crazy on CT and in trading, and I'm not sure if it's jealousy or what it is, but most of the time, if you're providing value, you're going to find value in return. And it may not always be, direct value, but if you think about a paid group. Okay, so someone has a paid group. Do you think the people in the paid group, you think if they lose every single month, if they're not learning anything, that they're going to be like, oh yeah, these leaders are the best, let me just keep paying them? No, they must be getting some type of value. So, same thing is with these sponsorships, right? You guys watch these videos every week. I appreciate you guys very much. They're sponsored by Prime XBT. They pay for me to make these for you. That's the value. So you're getting value from there. Hopefully you're signing up with my link. You're using some of the services. And they're paying me for that. And that's how that goes. So I think we're getting some Fed minutes volatility here. Yeah. So when it comes to these sponsorships and everything in general, paid groups, whatever you want to say, I believe that value is being provided for the value in return that the trader or the influencer or whatever you want to say is recovering. Unless it's just an outright scam, right? Now, over the past 2 years or something, you have not seen me shill you an NFT or anything. Why? Because I knew they were all going to fucking zero. Okay? And that's the big difference. And I think a big problem is that people are not taking responsibility either for their own decisions and whatnot. No one's telling you that you need to trade. I appreciate it if you do. No one's telling you that you need to gamble. Some people are going to appreciate if you do. That's how the world works. People build a brand, quote unquote, or they build a person, pretend it's Michael Jordan, and they have him in a commercial with a Coca-Cola can. Have you ever watched UFC? At the end of the UFC fight, they put the Monster can in the guy's hand, and if he drinks it, he gets paid more. But what the coaches do is they pour the Monster out in the corner because they don't want the athlete actually drinking Monster right after a fight. We all know that's not good for you. So they give him the Monster can, and he pretends to drink it. It's empty, and we all know it's empty because he's so beat up and exhausted that he can't hide that it's empty. He just throws it up in the air and flips it over and pretends to drink it. That's what the world is. And I'm sorry if people don't understand that, but some people are just going to stay poor. for lack of a better word. If you just decline all these sponsorships, why? I don't believe in scamming the audience. I don't think you should scam your audience. I think that's ridiculous. That's why I pass up on all these shitty crypto projects, all these shitty NFTs, all this dog shit I pass up on. I probably passed on $1 million in the past year or something. I don't even know what it would be. Probably at least a couple $100,000. So I passed up on all that and, try to sort of stay with, and then I'll have someone saying, oh, but fucking, their fees are too high or blah, blah, blah. Look, no one's forcing you anywhere. And it's sort of just annoying, to be honest. I think that so many people are so entitled, and my whole life, or at least a good majority of my adulthood life, I've been surrounded by people with no fucking discipline. They eat like shit. Drugs, alcohol. No one takes care of their body. But you go on and on and on. No one eats healthy. Around me on a daily basis, I see cake. I can see fast food. I see pizza. But I don't eat it. I don't eat the pizza. I don't eat the cake. I don't eat the fast food. I work out 4 times a week. I eat chicken, rice, spinach, steak, fruit, vegetables. So none of this shit that someone else is doing has any effect on me because I'm not a bitch. I don't look at all this stuff. He showed me something. I have to do it now. I saw Michael Jordan eating McDonald's on TV, so now I got to eat McDonald's. Like, grow the fuck up. Take some responsibility for who you are as a person. Take some responsibility for your actions. I mean, when I came into this game, I took my lumps like anybody else. I came in, I bought tops, I got wrecked. It's a part of the fucking learning process. And everyone's going to learn one way or another throughout life. They're going to take their lumps and they're going to have to learn. And that's just what the world is. So you can either sit there and keep on complaining about people getting money, or you could try to get your own bag in whichever way. As long as it's not directly stealing or scamming from people, I feel like it's fine. Because at the end of the day, it is personal responsibility, personal discipline. It is your choice as to what you want to do with your money, where you want to take it, what you want to do with it, your body, what you want to eat, how you want to treat it, whether you want to exercise or not, whether you want to smoke every single day. And trust me, there was a time where I smoked every single day, weed, not cigarettes. And the reality is, looking back on it, I don't regret it completely. It was sort of fun times with friends when I was a teenager and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I grew up and I realized that, if I want to be any type of success, if I want to move my life forward in some manner, it's not going to be through drinking alcohol 3 times a week and smoking weed every single night. And it didn't matter if Snoop Dogg was smoking weed or any of my favorite rappers or whatever was going on. Lil Wayne, I was listening to Lil Wayne. I had some syrup because of Lil Wayne. I mean, that's what it is. That's a young person's brain who's just not, who hasn't taken his lumps yet, who hasn't learned yet. But you have to learn one way or another. You have to be responsible for your own decisions, and you have to, have that discipline. And I think just it's amazing just how many people around me. It really annoys me. Just been forever of just no discipline. No discipline. And it's disappointing. And everyone makes excuses and puts it on all this different shit. And day in and day out, eat healthy, exercise, work hard, day in and day fucking out. And people can't even do one thing. They can't even exercise once. They can't even take responsibility for a decision they make. They blame it on something else. Like, grow the fuck up. All right, that's it. It's your boy Crypto Chase. I love you guys. Peace out.